Hello, hello, and back to the second episode of this beautiful game, ARA. Sorry, I'm not gonna start with loading the game because I don't want to get you bored with this one. But I advance exactly one turn from the last episode. Do not imagine I've done too much. And I wanted to show you actually few things which are important. So I'm gonna speak about two other concepts. Uh, From the really start to new concepts, they came alive. First concept are the paragons. So what are the paragons? The paragons are the equivalent of the great people in other forex games like Civ. Each paragon, as you can see, they have a class. So now I have to choose one of those three paragons. Let me explain a little bit the paragons. The paragons have a class here. They gonna tell you what they are. For instance, Nessie, it's a pioneer. Tag, it's an engineer. And Taputi, Belle, oh Jesus Christ, I hope I don't mix up. Uh, that special name, she's a scientist, okay? So every single one of them. It's nothing special. It doesn't matter the name. It's just for the taste, actually, I think this one. It's not like in Civ to for a great person to have some special ability specific to that great person. No, no, every single one actually depends only on the class. And down here, you're gonna have what she actually can do, or he, what she actually can do, and in which position. So you have multiple position in your government, and for instance, Taputi, our scientist here, can act as a chief advisor, as a domestic advisor, as a foreign advisor, or two things which are general. She can create masterpieces. In her case, she can create books, okay, written literature, or she can lead a force. A force is some kind of a group of units we're gonna get there when we're gonna have an army. Do not worry, I'm gonna explain that one too. Hopefully, I'm gonna have a good example for those. Okay, so let's see, for instance, for our scientist, because I'm gonna choose the scientist in my case. And usually, if you have a good movement in your scouts, you should go with the scientist, because also the exploration is important. And we have this position I was telling you about, the what she can have. So let's select the scientist, and come on, can do it. They improve actually the interface. Our sweet developers, they improve the interface. So it's so nice. I have to do the double click sometimes. And she can act as a chief advisor, as a domestic advisor, as a foreign advisor. Um, of course, of course, of course. We have a small. Well, let's actually let's think which position should our scientists occupy now. How many cities do I have? I have only one city, and if she would supposed to be a chief advisor, she will give me to research pattern in the cities with the scientific improvement. I do not have yet discovered any scientific improvement. Okay, this is gonna come a little bit late. So literally, if I gonna put it, I put her as my chief advisor, she will give me nothing, nothing, zero. Okay, I'm in 2017. I literally in I don't know what is the name of the age called ancient history. She in this age she will not give me nothing as a chief advisor because actually the first scientific buildings you're gonna have it here in the antiquity. This being said, one is the school, and I think the other one is the library. Okay, so I will not put it as my chief advisor. Be good if I had some scientific buildings because I need actually these scientific improvements in order to give me this to put plus extra research pattern in the cities. Okay, and plus of that, I have only one city. Now, as a domestic advisor, and this is gonna be actually the position in which I'm gonna put her. As a domestic advisor, she gives me actually +5 research per turn. Just that, +5 research. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. Doesn't matter, or other parameters. Does it has no precondition whatsoever. So I don't think it's gonna be given to the capital, but I am producing 6 research now. Okay, adding an extra 5. This is literally gonna double my research. So this being said, let's add it here as my domestic advisor. Okay, now if I go to my city, nothing is changed here. On the other hand, I see Taputi is giving me +5. Okay, from the city of Madrid, I have +6, doubling basically my research. Okay, in the last episode, so this was with the paragons. Paragons are these great people which are giving you, which you can actually put as your advisors in your government. Okay, here, and I think that few positions to occupy. You have military, you have cultural advisor, you have the chief advisor we saw before, etc., etc. Okay. Anyway, uh, hopefully this is okay. Select and not pricing. Okay, cool. So I have my Paragon already set in my government as the domestic advisor. Now, in last episode, we actually finished to build the interface have been improved, guys. Let minimize all those. Ah, come on. So let's go to Madrid again. What I forgot actually in the last episode to explain you the improvements, especially the hardware stores. Uh, in the last episode, we have created our first fund. And I said tooltip is not actually quite very effective in giving you a good and comprehensive message about what it's doing. So as you can see, it's saying something, it's giving you 100% of region food. So anyway, it's saying something like 100% of the region food yield is applied towards harvest production. Um, let's see what is all about. This is the harvest production. So every single building in ARA has this production, okay? Being um, collecting actually only resources, this farm um, is gonna have what in the game is called harvest production, okay? Now, let's check a little bit because as I told you, some of you might interpret this as being actually the yield of the region. Yes, the yield of the region, it's part of calculating the production, the harvest production, but it's not actually the one which actually gives you the result of food from that production, okay? So the yield of the region, I have a 4 food yield in this one, okay? Remember this. And let's go to our farm. Our farm has 110 harvest production, okay? How this production is actually composed? We're gonna start from a base. She's gonna be our city production plus 5. The only harvester which actually gives you this plus 5 is actually the farm. So the farms are better to be built in clusters. You build one farm, you build a second one, this plus 5 is gonna be added. So if I had the second farm here, I'm gonna have plus 5 and another plus 5 for the second farm. Plus the city production, the subtotal here is gonna be 70, okay? And after that, I have the multipliers. The multipliers are the following. The plow itself is going to add me 150%. The base improvement, so this is where actually that 100% is coming. You have 4 times multiplied by 100%, where the 4 represent the yield on the food, and the 100% is actually the multiplier per yield. The tooltip is quite annoying, it's not explaining too much. So, this being said, okay, this actually, the multipliers are gonna add to your farm 93.5. So, that's why it is important, as you can see here, to have a very big city production for the harvester in order to make the value here bigger, okay? So is this base 17 plus the multiplier, which is gonna give you 110, okay? This amount is actually is always is gonna be rounded because you see here a waste minus 0.5. It's actually coming from this 93.5, okay? everything which actually, so it's when they are calculating that is actually only the integer parts of a number. So they're calculating with comma, and after that they are taking only in the integer parts of that number, not the fraction part. So always you're going to lose the fraction part, like 0 0.5, 0 0.8. Doesn't matter which fraction you have here, the value is going to go to the waste. Okay, so now I have this harvest production. On this harvest production, it is transformed later on this. So for each food, you're gonna need 25 production to produce 1 unit of food. Okay, if I had the resource, if I had something like wheat, if I had something like another type of grain, like rice or something like that, this production per unit might change. I'm gonna show you when I'm gonna create maybe some files on some type of resources. Not to be confused with the resources here, okay? Those are different things. They are the resources on the map. I'm gonna show you. So this 110 is divided by the 25, by the 25, and you're gonna obtain 4.4 food from one farm. Okay, so the yield, it's actually the yield of the region. This 4 here is entering in the formula for calculating the harvesting production, and the harvesting production later on is going to give you how much food a farm can produce. So to be clear, it is not directly, okay? It's not going to give you the 4 food because the region has 4 food. No, it's going to calculate the harvesting production, and after that you're going to receive that food. So bigger it is the city production, bigger is going to be the yields, the food, the resources you're going to gather from a harvester. That's why one of the recommendations, especially for other leaders which do not have this +5 in the secondary cities like Isabel has and makes the capital almost equal to the other cities, just because of this, you need to put the harvesters, the farm, the logging camp, the stone pits in your capital. And you need to have very good yields in order to multiply those uh, the city production for the harvesters. So it is important to remember. That's why you want to put your farms, your harvesters in the capital, not in the smaller city, because the secondary city they're gonna have a really, really small production at the beginning, like insignificant. Okay, we're gonna see once we establish our new cities. Man, I'm talking so much, but I actually, I hope this gonna make sense. Okay. I wanted to show you this because for the improvement, for instance, of the goats, you're also gonna need a farm. It's the same principle. In this case, I will not be able actually to produce food. I will be able to produce wool or goats. Not both, one of them. Remember, this is a choice you have to do. The same thing for the llama. Okay. On the other hand, maybe I find the rice or maybe I find some grain somewhere. Yes, this one can produce food, but the rating is not 1 over 25. It's 1 over 20, which is a little bit better. Okay. So if you spam next to some rice farms, you better start making the farms. Even though you need only food, you make the farms on top of the rice, not on the other spaces. The same thing goes for the corn. Okay, you can see the food is actually even better. You do not need 25, you need only 15. So pay attention to these little details. Okay, the best resources normally have 1 over 25 work, so production, sorry. This is a important thing you need to take in account. Wow, we haven't even gee, I really hate when somebody is is requesting actually my iron because I would like to have this iron in order to make some troops. Should I give it or should I not give it? Should I give it or should I not give it? It's only one iron. How many I have? I have two metal ingots, and you want one of them. Ha! La, 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 la. Let's give it. Let's give it a try. And so each, by the way, the villages in general, they're gonna give you some kind of event, and when they reach this color blue, the tribe is gonna join your closest city, increasing the population. And this one, at least, he wants only timber and material, and I might pacify it also. And I'm gonna have some prestige with that. So I was talking in the last episode about some prestige. This is actually the prestige, okay? The prestige is um, how to say, the thing which actually will give you the position. I don't think yeah, I have it. It's gonna give you the position in which you are comparing to the other players. And you need to keep something to be in top, to not be in the last one. Okay, in my case, to not be a forgettable, because the forgettable, they're gonna lose the game. So prestige is important. It's gonna give you the position, the ranking of your play. They might give you some advantages, For instance, number of city caps might increase depending on how in top you actually finish, how high you finish, certain periods. But anyway, it's not what you're supposed to hunt at the end of the day, because what you're supposed to hunt is to expand, okay, at initially. So don't worry if you're not in the top. I'm not worried. I'm not even in the first three. The difference is not so big. The difference is not so big. Okay, so now this being said, this tribe here is gonna join us in the next turn, and we're gonna need to wait for another event coming from the other tribe. It's gonna come sooner or later, hopefully. And we didn't discover yet the horses, which is not a good news for me. But this playthrough. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's go to the next one. I have nothing else to do. Perfect. We were the first. Oh, that's a good news. By the way, let me give you another hint. When somebody tells you that you are the first to discover a certain village, means nobody else or from your opponents actually visit that village. And you make sure there actually is nobody around here for the moment. They might go exploring some other sites. Okay, I collect one. Another metal ingot, which is good, and some useless stuff. Let me check how's my settler. My settler is okay. It is progressing. He is progressing. Slowly but surely. He is progressing. I discovered quite a lot of cash. And finally I have this trip join. When a tribe is joining, it's gonna add you 1,500 new citizens to, as I said, to the closest city. In my case, I have only one city, it's my capital, Madrid. So they're gonna come to Madrid and they're gonna give you certain goods or resources. I they got me, or maybe some wealth, that mean gold. They got me 10 letters. Okay, which I think it's not okayish, but I cannot complain too much. I cannot complain too much. And this village is disappearing from this region. So literally unblocking this region. If I was to, maybe I'm gonna put my settler here. I'm still looking for horses. Okay. Literally no horses on this map. I generate a new claim. So by the, because of the tribe joining us, we have a very big boost in increasing our population. And now my city has a new claim. And which one should I do? I can take, for instance, so I have something for food already. It's not producing a huge amount, but I still have something for food. I think I'm gonna take Mostoles. Yeah, because it's gonna open this free yields. The other region has only two places to build. This one has five. It's opening this other five with free wood where I can put some logging camp. But on the other hand, I agree the region which actually have a good yield on material, they are quite far away. And I do not have anything with 4. So the maximum yield for a resource is 4. Except the coins. So for the food I think is 4, for the wood I think is 4, and for materials I think is 4. Here I can even for gold I can even have 5. So thinking I could go, for instance, to this goat and take the wool, which gonna help me with some crafting, especially for the rope. Or I can go here, opening in the next. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think these are gonna be, and I can build another one right now and start building some farms here. Yeah, my sounds okay. No farm. And yeah, in 5 turns we gonna take the next one, and we're gonna take the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So my settlers are advancing. Um, I want to show you something I observed here. As you can see, my city production increased. Also, the yields I'm getting from my farm are increasing. So my farm was 110, now it's 117, which is a little bit better, and so on and so on and so forth. Um, so, because we are on the city tiers, I'm level 3, and now you're gonna see the debuffs I was talking about. The first debuff you're gonna take is at level 4. And for the capital, I'm gonna push it to the level 5. As you can see here, you have this -5. This is actually quite very important debuff. Why? It's -5 for each of the categories. So we have 6 categories in quality of life. It's gonna be -5 for each. That's why this game is so unbalanced. Okay. I gonna have a new amenity, you're gonna say, and I gonna succeed to balance a little bit the debuff I receive. The problem is a new amenity usually comes to maybe 15, 25 as a max. Okay, in a total of 25 in quality of life increase. Now, a single debuff, let's say a -5 debuff, multiplied by 6 is already 30. So a new amenity, it's actually still gonna be a debuff in quality of life. Okay, so this is why I was saying do not grow too much your cities. It's not gonna give you anything important at the any important level. So the increase is gonna be like literally nothing. By the way, this tax multiplier, I think it's a totally uh, it's not actually a multiplier. I do not know if it is actually a multiplier. Because normally, yeah, it doesn't explain too much. The taxes is +1. My city tier tax multiplier should be 3. Okay. And it is not even explained. So I have the +10, I have the regions, and I have some taxes. But yeah, um, why still +1? No idea. Um, Not everything it's actually explaining. Yeah, this application, the help of this application is actually a joke, to be honest. So you're gonna ask yourself, what even doesn't mean tax +1? How do I get to this one? Why I do not have, for instance, +2, +3, whatever. It's a mystery. This game is a mystery in many things. No, it's telling me you're gonna have a free tax multiplier. What does it mean? Nobody knows. Yeah, yeah. As usual, guys, you are the best. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have taxes. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's go to the next one. Instead, as I'm telling you, I want to keep those small, and maybe we gonna create, oh, another event. We met another. Yeah, my city is growing actually quite very fast, quite very fast. Now I'm already level 4, so those 1,500 people, they literally increase with a huge amount my city increase, my city tier. So just absorbing one tribe, just absorbing one tribe. Now I'm level 4, well, so I'm city tier 4, and hopefully, and this tooltip is not actually um, what is saying actually where I have a claim generated. Ah, no, it said I'm just claiming this region. Sorry, guys, sorry. I was very confused. I'm gonna show you why. I would like to, I would like you to remember this, okay? Uh, 4/5, this is the number of available uh, places, let's say, available housing, okay? I have in my city. So it's gonna tell me I have 4/5. Now, my city tier, on the other hand, is city tier level 3, in which I need only 3 houses. Okay, this might be really confusing. You're gonna say, yeah, it's gonna grow in one turn. Actually, we're gonna end up with 5 from 5. No, not yet, not yet. It's actually gonna be the next turn, I think. So it's a little bit confusing. That one, I have a new event. We love events. There's so many events. Secret and Lies, I think, is the white hair guy. So, okay, I want to keep this guy. Can I be happy? I am interested. I'm not interested. I can take 50. Maybe I should take the 10 soap. The soap is a good which I can use as a supply. I do not think I can use it as an amenity. And it's gonna give me free city health. The question is, I invest now or I invest later? Let's take the soap. It's they're gonna make our relation a little bit, but if we are not in red, we are not gonna be at war with them. I don't want to the independent tribes to attack my scouts just yet. Okay. Okay. Next turn. So I have the new claim already, and I have a new claim generated. Now, actually, in Madrid, the city had increased. Do you remember last one? It was actually also indicating 4/5. That was creating a little bit of confusion. Of course, we had enough space for the city to develop. The, the problem is that sometimes this progressive bar here, it's gonna give you some false information. So if you have one turn here and it's gonna show you actually 4/5, it's actually for the next turn when you it's totally confusing. The game is making fun of you, and I'm making fun of the game. Yeah, and the same thing. We have two turns to finish this settlers, so I gonna accelerate the settler. Come on. Yeah. Um, Now, level of amenities. I have only one new amenities which I can put. By the way, in the amenity slot, um, you cannot put two times the same amenity. So, in my case here, I cannot put a second fist. Okay, no, I need to choose another type of amenity. I'm gonna choose in my case the second type. I can go, for instance, with the perfume, which is gonna give me 15. As you can see, all the quality of life actually decreased by 5. If I go with this, let's do a little bit of math. I'm gonna have plus 20 uh, production, and the current value will be at 14, so I gonna gain, no, sorry, 18 actually. I'm doing correctly the math? No, it's 12. Sorry, sorry guys, sorry, I was confused, I was confused. So the current is 12, okay? Why is it telling me 14? this is a great game. Hey, so, sorry. Um, so I have the great hat, which actually is giving me 8, okay? The city tier is city tier level 4. I'm gonna have 4 production from the city tier. So total is 12. No bonuses whatsoever because my happiness now got debuffed from 61 to 56. Okay, I lost actually 5 at each quality of life, including the happiness. So I lost 5 happiness. Now I can compensate, but as I told you, the majority they do not have to compensate for all the losses. Okay, so I lost 5 to happiness, I lost 5 to health, I lost 5 to knowledge, to every single stat. 5. This one, the perfume, gives me only 20. The tunics gives me only 5. The codexes are giving me 10. Well, I'm gonna leave a little bit the baskets at the end because I want to see which one is better to choose between the baskets and the perfume. If I was to put, for instance, the perfume, I'm gonna compensate. So I lost 30 stats in one go, and I will be able to compensate, let's say, with 20. So the global stats I lost in Madrid is gonna be only to 10 if I was able to produce those perfumes, but I'm not. And what is gonna give me is gonna return me to another 20%. So 15 plus 56, I'm gonna have actually here 60, 1.2. So it's gonna add me this 20% from 12. 20% from 12. Let me put you a notepad to see how you should make decisions. Because also this type of decision might be a little bit important. The classic notepad, we love the classic notepad. I don't want to use Notepad++. Okay, so let's see what we should put in our stuff. Uh, I said the base is 12, okay? If I was to put the perfume, so this is gonna be for the perfume. If if I learn to perfume, sorry guys, perfume. It's gonna increase me actually the happiness with at 61, and I'm gonna achieve one 120% of my base work. So it's gonna be 1.2 multiplied by this, okay, equals 14.4, yeah, okay. Now, if I'm gonna leave the happiness, because if you look to the baskets, they're gonna not add me any happiness, they're gonna add me only the city prosperity. If I'm gonna leave it without the happiness and I'm gonna add the baskets, I'm gonna have, so no modification for the current base production, but I'm gonna have +3, okay? and 12. 12 plus 3 equal 15. The difference actually is 1 production, because this is going to be approximate to 14. It's going to be rounded to 14. This 0.4 is going to go to waste, or not matter. So it is better, in my case here, to actually go with the baskets, not with the perfume. Sometimes increasing actually your happiness with 20% might be better than adding a flat production to your city. I saw this question all the time. How do I increase production? This is the baskets. The baskets are, I think, the only one which actually increase production with a flat value. So with this +3, and the rest you increase it via your happiness usually. There are also some goods which gonna give you +10% or something like that, a percentage instead this flat. So if I was in my case to choose, I gonna choose the basket. This is the best decision to increase the productivity of my city. Okay. Okay. So let's add the baskets in our case. Let's expand. Let's claim some other territories because we can't. Yes, please. That one, because we said we go like this. And this being said, yep. Um, I would like you to end up this video. I would like you to show you what is going to happen in the next tier. Is actually going to add me one expert. Would be this important? Yes, only on the capital cities, okay? The one you have great hats. Adding an expert, and I'm gonna explain you what is this, uh, why is this so important. It's gonna increase me, it's gonna increase the city production with 10. It's gonna give me literally +10. So imagine, let's let's bring back the my text here. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this one, and I want to do some kind of calculation for you. Imagine actually my city was level 5, okay, and I had the expert in my case with the same stats, because as you saw, the stats they are not gonna take any debuffs from 5 to, it's gonna be the same -5. And let's discuss a little bit the production in this case. With the same so with the same products, okay, baskets and perfume. For the level 5, I'm gonna have the following 1.2. This time it's not gonna be a base of 12, it's gonna be a base and let's open it. I'm gonna have 5 from the city tier plus If I put the expert in my great heart, it's gonna give me a flat 10 instead of 8. Okay. And now 1.2 multiplied with 15 is gonna be a little bit different. Let me check with the calculator. I think it's 15, 18, I think, yeah. Hopefully let me double check with the calculator. Um, so 15 multiplied by 1.2 equals, yeah, 18. I was right. Thank you very much. Now, so in this case, I want to have a happier city. In the other case, okay, I'm gonna have the same 5 plus 10 here instead. In the other case, I'm gonna have 15 plus 3, the same 18. So you can see a little bit that actually I have an advantage of using baskets in, in the previous one, but disadvantage disappear and higher, more production you're gonna achieve. You're gonna want to actually increase the happiness of the city instead of adding just that plus 3 flat. Okay, and this is in the capital, but for a conquer capital, and I mean a capital which actually capture from the other players, and they might be also level 5. Isabel is going to add an extra 5 here, which is going to make, in this case, 23. Okay, and this is going to be also from Isabel, this plus 5. Okay, also 23. Come on. So literally, the baskets and the perfumes is going to give me the same advantage. Good to know. Good to know. 1.20. No, sorry. My math was wrong. Sorry. This is 24. Okay. 20 multiply. So already, I see if I increase actually the happiness instead of giving this plus flat 3, I gonna have a little bit much more production. My current capital, level 4. It's better to add the baskets. It's gonna get my city to 15 production. If I was to put the perfume here, I'm gonna have 14 actually. Okay. If I had, this is for the future, if I will have in my capital, so Madrid, um, I can actually, doesn't matter which I put, I can put baskets or I can put perfume. They're gonna give me the same amount, 18. But on the other hand, if I'm gonna conquer a capital from the EI, that one is gonna give me a little bit of more advantage of putting something which increase the happiness instead of using the baskets. This is important when actually you are calculating the benefits you are gaining. So that's why the this quality of life stats are actually important. And never neglect these debuffs you might achieve actually by increasing your city tier. Because these debuffs, they might gauge get your cities in minus. So your city, instead of performing better, they're gonna actually crumble down. So with this said, I'm already at 1 hour. Thank you very much and see you in the next. Bye bye, guys.